And meanwhile, folks, the White House putting the blame squarely on Republicans for this crisis. Take a listen.
You had Speaker McCarthy and the Republicans in Congress who continuously take steps to undermine what is currently happening, trying to undermine getting border security. We would love to do this in a bipartisan way, but we're not seeing that. What we're seeing from House Republicans is wanting to defund DHS.
But a growing number of Republicans and Democrats say that the blame belongs on the president's policies. Here to discuss Montana Republican Congressman Matt Rosendale. Congressman, it's almost. Good morning. Good morning. Let's begin with. We'll start with the press secretary's statement that it's your party that's been in the way of all of this, and you have created this problem. What do you say to that?
It's disappointing to hear those sound bites coming out of the White House, Charles. You know, we don't have theories. We have actual examples of what to do to secure our southern border. President Trump did an outstanding job of it. And for the Democrat Party to cast stones and dispersions against the Republicans while they allow this humanitarian crisis to take place, it's disappointing to me. I mean, not only do we have all those problems at the border, but far, far inland, how it impacts every state, including Montana, which is as far as you can get away with the fentanyl deaths and the human trafficking. It's disappointing. And that is the worst example of the problems with Washington, D.C. right there. That spokesperson.
Congressman, for a long time, folks are saying exactly that, in reality, every state is a border state. When you see the amount of deaths, the death toll that's climbing, the fentanyl death toll, our population is going down. We are in a major, major crisis that any nation would sound the alarm. But now it really has come to the doorstep, of some of these sanctuary cities. And I want to talk about Mayor Adams in New York. Candidate Adams, there's plenty of video of him proudly saying, we're a sanctuary city. We always will be. Everyone is welcome here. He'll read off the Colossus poem from the foot of the Statue of Liberty. And now as the mayor, the actual mayor, he's saying that this crisis is going to destroy the greatest city, the most wealthy city in the world. I mean, that's hard to connect those two things.
It truly is, Charles. I'll tell you, I was in the Rules Committee yesterday afternoon. Unfortunately, Leader McCarthy sent most of Congress home, but there's many of us that did stay here to get our work done so that we can pass the 12 appropriation bills. And in that committee hearing, we heard Republicans and Democrats alike having discussion and debate, and Homeland Security is one of the appropriation bills we're trying to pass now. And so this was a major subject. And the thing is that if you don't have repercussions, the Democrats even agree with this. If there's not a hammer, if there's not repercussions, if there's not consequences to entering into our country illegally, you're going to continue to see this vast flow of humanity coming in. We have to re-implement those policies that we know will work.
Yeah. I mean, at least now you won't get any sort of, I don't think you'll get calls that protecting your borders is racist, but certainly it should be smart. Maybe we'll get something out of Mayorkas on this next visit coming up. I want to switch gears, though, because while all of this is going down, right, you've got negotiators still down on the Hill trying to hash out a budget deal. Obviously, everyone would like to avoid a government shutdown, which could happen in just over a week. Now, so far, you're not on board with some of the things that have come up with short-term funding. So handicap the likelihood of a shutdown for us.
Sure. Charles, I am so glad that you're the one who's actually on here with me this morning, because you do have common sense. You do understand that we're going to collect about $5 trillion worth of revenue into the federal coffers this year, but they're asking for $7 trillion a year to be spent. And all of that will never be debated responsibly and transparently unless we are able to bring those 12 appropriation bills up. We've known that. It's not a mystery. This process started earlier this year. And while a lot of folks are focusing on trying to pass a continuing resolution that merely extends Nancy Pelosi's spending levels and Joe Biden's policies, some of us are still here, and we're saying we want to pass these appropriation bills. And now that we have gotten to the time is running out for when government is fully funded through the regular process, they're trying to use that as a tool to get us to submit to the ways of old. And Charles, it doesn't work. Yeah. If we pass a continuing resolution, this appropriations process that we are going through right now to have open debate and propose amendments and transparently and responsibly fund government, that process will stop.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this is what it takes.
Yeah, it's and of course you always get the pushback. Well, this is not the time to negotiate things like that. But I always wonder, as a taxpayer, when is the time? And we should note, since they removed the debt ceiling not long ago, we've only added $1.6 trillion of spending, and we're at $33 trillion in counting. So America's number one is something still. That's good. Congressman Rosendale, thank you very much.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.